What's going on, guys? Gomer's here, and we're back on another MLB The Show. 21 Diamond Dynasty video, as the screen would the title, the thumbnail, all would suggest. And recently, we had the Team Affinity Season 5 drop alongside the collection featuring Griffey. And, it left us in a bit of a hangover. I have to drink some Pedialyte, because we got so much in so little time, and then it leads one to kind of ponder the future. What else is coming this year? Because they said there's another inning program, as evident by the content schedule right here. So there's a lot of cards that we still have yet to see. We're going to talk about that, what to expect within the last lifespan of MLB The Show 21. As always, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. Definitely would appreciate. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new as well. And let's go ahead and begin talking about this one. So first of all, little tidbit, little sneak peek. I'm going to be talking about MLB 22 pretty soon here. We don't know the release date. Last year it was in April. If that's the case again, we are still quite some time away. And last year, again, that game releasing in April, content kind of died down essentially with the launch of the next gen consoles, which, wouldn't you have it, was right around this time. So that kind of gives you a date to imagine. I think we're going to get a little bit longer content this year because we haven't seen a couple things, such as Mike Trout. That is one of the big ones that we have yet to see. Of course, he was the big collection last year. This year they have like 5 big collections, so I'm happy that they decided to do that. But I would love to see Trout. Hot take here, I think he will get a card before MLB The Show 22 releases. And it's always tough with him because his live series is so good. He's only going to get one other better card throughout the portion of the year. And Trout last year, this variation was great. One of my favorite cards last year, 116, 125 power against righties, 97, 112 against left-handers, 94 fielding, 89 arm, and 90 speed. Of course, last year you could prestige these cards. They would get them up to +3 on everything. This year you can get them up to +5 on everything. And I would like to think that maybe they would make Trout better, because I look at this card in comparison to some of the finest that we just got, and I'm not so sure Trout has a spot in that outfield. So if you consider, the magnitude of Trout's career up to this point, you would think that they would want him to be one of the best, top 3 outfielders in the game. So I would imagine he's going to be even better than this right here. Albert Pujols, this is a bewilderment, no doubt. We got a Battle Royale 97 hedge card, which nobody gave a fuck about. Probably has 2 green parallels to this point, because nobody used that card. I'm not sure why they dropped it. It wasn't good when it came out. The only notoriety that it had was that it said Albert Pujols on the pixelated card stock. But simmering down here, would love to see the 99 version. He comes with good hitting as usual. 118, 118, 111, 112 last year. 85 fielding, 56 speed, and he can also play third base. He can't play outfield on this one. If they give him a signature card, I'm sure that would be the case. But of course, he played corner outfield in his earlier days. Which, again, he has 56 speed. Why am I even, partitioning for the fact that we should have an outfield secondary for Pujols? He can only play first and third, damn it. But very excited for this card. He is always a fan favorite, of course. It does seem like he's going to play next year. Probably for the Cardinals, that would be my guess. So it's not like he's going to get his final send-off in DD for who knows how when. But Pujols, we're still waiting on him. Very excited for that. Robinson Cano, I do want to talk about this one here. I'm imagining they're just not going to give us Robinson Cano content, which is unfortunate. I realized, that, he cheated, but I realize that he spent this whole last season suspended for, PEDs again for the second time. But at the same token, I really liked this card last year. He was one of my favorites, this Home Run Derby card. I don't think they would release this exact one, but a Cano card is, always pretty good. I felt like I wanted to mention him. Ryan Braun, this is a send-off. This is the last year we're going to get Ryan Braun, as he's retiring. He's, he didn't play this year, but, he retired, and you know, mixed feelings, you know, very popular in some aspects, mainly the Brewers, unpopular in the other 29 franchises for, you know, Peds himself, but he would be a good bench bat, 75 speed, 125 per side, again, if it's like last year, so not a card I'm uber, you know, just can't sleep thinking about, but it is one that we are expecting. Andrew Jones, we haven't seen him yet this year. They certainly could make this card better than this one last year. He was part of that Run It Back program, which all of 8 people played. And they came out, this was like the top card, and it was bad. Yeah, he has max fielding. He has 84 speed, but otherwise this is a bad card. If this came out right, if this came out in July in MLB The Show 21, people would shrug. Be like, eh. It could have came out in June, still be the case. Would love if they actually put some respect on Andrew Jones. Same thing with the Hall of Fame voters. I do think he is worthy of that prestige honor. Kirby Puckett. This is a you know, mock-up that I made at the beginning of the year, and I think it's quite accurate to what we're going to see. Screenshot it now when this is the official attributes that we see whenever he does drop. The speed maybe could be in the 70s, you know, it depends on your taste, but hitting-wise, 118, 102 I think is pretty fair. The contact should be higher, okay? They didn't completely juice everything last year to the point where they did this year, so I think the contact could easily be like 120 against lefties and 115 against righties, but the power should be about as is in terms of my research that I did. Fielding, maybe they could give him 90 plus. He did win some gold gloves, but if you look at the advanced metrics, a bit overrated, perhaps shouldn't have won them. That's coming from a Minnesota native, by the way, before somebody says, oh my god, Gomer, you're hating. Not the case. Love Kirby Puckett, and very excited to see when he comes into the game. And then this one, I just felt like putting it in. Nick Anderson, sure. Yeah, it would have been nice to have you at any point in this season. Maybe we wouldn't have lost in the ALDS if we had Nick Anderson. But those are some cards right there. I want to talk about this too. This is an idea that's been, you know, mulled around by many people in the community, and we have Wuston Werbert coming up with this creation for Hot Stove, or free agency movers, guys that sign to new teams. I've never understood why they don't do this. I get because the content team is working on the next year, but, you know, for deals that happen earlier on, I don't know why they can't do this. And yes, you're automatically going to notice Carlos Correa. I remember him getting a 99 like 7 days ago, and yep, he sure did. You don't have to do it for everyone. I don't care if we get a second 99 Carlos Correa. I don't think we need one. But think about a guy like Trevor Story, who I think his highest card is a 97. Maybe give him an upgraded card. Maybe a guy like Eduardo Rodriguez, who signed with the Tigers, who didn't get a good card. I'm not asking for a 99. I'm asking for like a 95. Just more cards, more shit to do in the game past, you know, waiting, having nothing to do for 3-4 months, like is typically the case. So you give them like a 95, maybe have a collection voucher for Griffey, Kershaw, Mookie, all that jazz, and it could be pretty fun. That's one idea right there. So obviously the 4 cards that he mentions here, 3 of 4 have 99s, and even Trevor Story is a high card, but you could certainly look through free agency and find guys that you didn't get really great cards this year, and, you know, give him one. Like Trevor Rosenthal. I don't think he got a good card. He was really good for the Padres last year in 2020, and it was, you know, good for the Cardinals back in the day. I mean, yeah, some instances better than others, but you kind of get the point. It would just be an additional program, or create a different program. Maybe Extreme. We haven't heard anything about that this year, which has been a fixture in MLB The Show for the past, what? Since MLB The Show 19, we've always gotten an Extreme program. That has not been the case. And we, before, I think, had it like in September or October. It is, again, checks calendar, nearly December. No snow on the ground in Minnesota. Very, or at least in Minneapolis. Quite weird. Sort of thankful, though, although it is, you know, like sub 30 degrees. So suboptimal, one might say. But yeah, that's pretty much what we are expecting. Now, there could be some more finest cards, could be some more, you know, postseason cards pulled from previous years, as always. I did look back at finest. there's not a whole bunch because the guys that get finest typically have been good for a while, or, you know, they already have a pretty good card this year. So that's not a super great opportunity, but we also know there's a little bit more content coming. We have a milestone event coming on the 30th, so we'll probably get like a silver card as a 100-win reward. And the player program signature series legend, I think the last one we got was Catfish Hunter. I mean, he was a 99 overall, so, you know, we're still going to have a couple more cards. Curious to see what the road lies out for us for content for MLB The Show 21, and then looking forward to MLB 22. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you think Trout will be a top 3 outfielder? That's kind of one of my questions, because Mickey, Willie, and Hank Aaron are going to be tough to beat, I would say. But as always, leave a like if you guys enjoy, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Later, you guys, Gomes out. Yeet.